welcome to Helga's Creations. I am Helga, and in this video, we're gonna continue progressing on my interlock Tunisian baby blanket, which I know is kind of the same content, but making these videos helps me stay accountable on progressing on my projects and actually doing my craft instead of doom scrolling or just scrolling on my phone endlessly or playing games on my phone when I could be productive. So I think because I'm on the decreases, I am being very productive because my brain's like, oh wow, we're getting halfway through the blanket already. It's so easy now. And excuse me, a little bit of a runny nose and my throat, but a cold is going through the house, and I am apparently the last person to really get it. So I am halfway through this cold while everybody else is either finishing it or on the last day of it. But the last video I finished on a pink, and I believe that was 24 squares for that one. Monday I did 18 purple squares. Tuesday my husband stayed home because he wasn't feeling the greatest, and one of his coworkers was just like, stay home. No need to get everybody else sick. So I was able to do the last 5 of the purple, then all 22 white, and 1 pink because I wanted to finish the night with starting the new color if I was going to be at the end. So that was Tuesday, so that means I did 28 squares on Tuesday. Wednesday, which is today, I completed 20, at this current moment, I completed 21, or the last 20 of the pink. So that's a total of 21 squares for the pink. And I barely started the 1 square of the 21 square decrease. No, 20 square decrease of the purple. So it seems like I am getting through this a lot quicker, but I think my brain and my hands are like, oh my gosh, this is so easy, we're almost done. So it's one of those things that it just goes a lot quicker. I might be able to do a few more tonight if my daughter falls asleep really well again, but we'll see. So I might be able to reach my goal of 140 squares this week, because I was thinking if I do 20 squares per day, which is 7 days, I could do possibly 140 squares for the week. And I'm already at, 18 Monday, 28 Tuesday, so that's a total of 46, plus 21 today is 67. So I just need to do 3 more to get to halfway through my goal. Which, I mean, I do have time tonight. So I'll do 3 more squares tonight, and that's it. I will have that as my finished total of tonight. So I will do a total of 24 squares tonight to make it an even 70 for Monday through Wednesday. And let's see what I can get done Thursday to Sunday, which I'm hopeful, because on Saturday I have a craft group here in town, the one that I created, getting together. So I could do, it's 2 hours, so what did I say, 6 hours or 6 minutes per square, and that's 120 minutes divided by 6. I could do 20 squares. I mean, perfect. That's literally what I wanted to do each day. And then Sunday, we're doing stuff, grocery shopping. My husband might be buying a car. So passenger princessing. Yeah. I get to be a passenger princess through the drives, so I can possibly do quite a bit there as well, even if I don't do that much Thursday and Friday. So we will see, but this is gonna be awesome. So if I do another, let's see, if I do another 20 per day, that would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That'll be 80 plus the 70 that I did, which is 150. So it's just 10 more than what I was already wanting to do. But let's see. Let me do some math. I want to see if I'm able to do 20 more for the rest, each day for the rest of the week. What row will I be ending and then starting? So if I were to do another 80 squares, I would be 4 squares away from finishing row 16, which, I mean, 4 more squares isn't that many. So I could possibly finish row 16 and start row 15 the next week. And if I do that equation that I can like add each number and it'll add up the numbers for me. I can't remember what the equation is, but I know how to do the equation. Let me see how many squares it adds up to from row 1 to 16, or row 1 to 15. So if I were to do row 1 to 15 next week, I only have to do 120 squares. That's less than the 140 that I wanted to do this week. So, hello? I could be done with this blanket finally next week. Mid-May. Or almost mid-May, not even mid-May. And I started this blanket as well. Let me see when I messaged my friend. So I messaged my friend telling her that I was making her a blanket, and if I could make her something, and I was already a third of the way through the blanket. And that was April 2nd. So it must have been, it did take me a week to get a third of the way through. And a third of the way was me thinking that I had to do, was it 60? No. 40 squares across. I think I was around 12 to 15 squares at that point. So a week before April 2nd, which I think it was I think I started on a weekend because that's when I got the yarn. And my sisters were here. So that must have been... So my sisters were here for spring break, which was mid-March. So... I don't think I started it that soon. So let's say at the end of March. Either way, it would be 2 months of me doing if I complete it next week, granted. I would have completed this blanket in 2 months. And in the beginning of it, it was on and off. It wasn't a daily thing like I've been doing for this video. And I didn't do it daily since 2 weeks ago. Honestly, I was thinking about starting my YouTube channel while I was pregnant. I think in the 3rd trimester of my pregnancy with my daughter. But I was too shy. Too shy to do it around my husband or request time for me to do a video like I am now. So I couldn't. But if I would have started this YouTube channel when I wanted to, I could have been so productive on my stuff, and I would have been so much more motivated, because towards the end, that's why I created my group here in town, because I needed some more groups for me to go to each Saturday to be able to get something accomplished, for me to feel like I need to do my craft. Need because I'm in a place where other people are there doing it. But, motivation for me to do my craft, do my hobby, something that I'm interested in, and not just whenever I have a free time to scroll on my phone, play games on my phone. I could have been doing something that would have been more rewarding for me. Even if it's something that's not an instant gratification project like this. This is 2 months in the works, and it's, even though it has taken a while and my brain's like, I want to finish this, once I get to a specific part of my projects / finishing a project, the chemistry in our brains, at least for my brain, it's like, oh my god, we did it, this is amazing, we feel so good, all the dopamine and endorphins or whatever it is that makes us feel good actually makes me feel good, even though it may be something that's like, I'm feeling it's dragging on or whatever. So, man, imagine. Either way, coulda, woulda, shoulda, at this moment, my plan is to finish this blanket by next week. And then I'll have another blanket to work on, which is there's some horrors in this house, Afghan, but that one isn't due until basically Christmas, but I want to send it to my husband's aunt at the beginning of December, or at least December 1st. Send it out and be like, hey, this is your Christmas present, don't open it, but I at least want it to her, just in case weather or anything, but she's 5-6 hours away, so it should get to her fine. But by December 1st, what day is December 1st? I'm getting ahead of myself, because by the time this is done, by the time I figure this out, it's gonna be for a different video, but I like to ramble on anyways. December 1st is a Tuesday. So actually by December 2nd, because I will have a half day and I can go to the post office and ship it out. So I want to finish this blanket completely. Steamed, blocked, cleaned, wrapped nicely or folded nicely with some wrapping paper maybe in the box, and ship it out December 2nd. So, because that one is, I have a long time between now and when I wanted to get it shipped, I can work on it decently, and it's a tapestry. For me, it goes pretty easy. I just have to make sure I count correctly. And I can work on other stuff, which I do have quite a few things that came up. I'll save it for the video. For next week's video, I will say what the following video content is gonna be and what I'm planning for that video. So for now, let's get some more of these squares done. Well, it's the end of the week. I know I only filmed Wednesday and today, but it has been a busy week, pretty hectic, and my friend also told me that she had her baby Thursday, or on Thursday she told me she had her baby. So I was really contemplating of being like, well, I don't need to rush this blanket then, because the baby's already here, and even if it takes me a few more weeks to complete it while I focus on other stuff and then do this part-time, I could just do that. But no, I really want to complete this blanket, crocheting this blanket within the 2 weeks that I said. And next week, I really wanted to complete it fully. Crocheting it, possibly putting the flannel backing on it. I wanted to do that next week. And that was a goal that I put on myself, and it is so doable, especially since after I tell you how many squares I completed this week. Which, my goal that I wanted to do was 20 squares per week, which means that's 140 squares. I did more than that. So I underestimated how many I could do in a week. So, well, so then the last video updated you on how many squares I did on Wednesday, which was the 20 pink squares and the 4 purple squares. Thursday, I did 16 purple squares, 9 white squares. That's a total of 25 squares. Friday, I didn't do too much. It was 10 white squares and 9 pink squares. So that's 19. Saturday, I did 9 pink squares, a full row of 17 purple squares, and I believe 4 white squares, which would have put me at 30. Gulp. And today, Sunday, let's see, if I did 4 white squares, and that would have been row decrease 16. So no, I did 9 white squares. I do remember, because I was like, oh, but 5 more. So I did 35 Saturday, which means I did 9 of the white squares minus 16 of that decreased row, 5. So today, Sunday, I finished the white squares, which is 5. The 15th decrease of the pink, and the 14th decrease of the purple. So 14 plus 15 is 29. Plus the 5, that's 34 squares that I completed today. And I know it's still pretty long, but here is the start, here is the end. I can at least put it in frame. Yeah. And I feel like I could do more today, but I don't want to overdo it. Not like I already did, or I haven't already done so this week, especially the last 2 days. So I don't, like, I feel so proud of myself. Let's get that out of the way. I feel so proud of myself, but I'm also slightly embarrassed of how many I was doing. And it was like I said, anytime that I wanted to pick up my phone, to play games, to scroll endlessly on Facebook, send me on Instagram to see like what the people that I follow, if there's some new patterns that I want to either save or well, I should probably not screenshot it, but go in and saving either the link or the Etsy or the post on Instagram. So any chance, literally the only time I didn't was when I was sharing and when I was using the restroom, because it's a little weird bringing your crochet stuff and not sanitary. So any free time. And my daughter last night went to sleep so quickly, which is why I was able to do that many squares today, even though I was the one being able to drive, because now I've got, you can't really see that well, but I'll put up a picture. I've got a lace-up brace that I just have to wear with a shoe over it, and now I'm able to drive. Yay. But I was able to have time this morning. When my husband drove back home just now, when I put my daughter down, I don't know. I blacked out when I was doing this. My brain's just like, we're almost done. We're almost to the end. So I really don't know when I did these. Or, because I feel like we were doing so much today. We went to the store to get a few things from Menards. We took my sisters to go bowling, so we were there for a bit. And then when we got home, I was helping my husband put the drain curvy thingy onto the actual drain. Then it poured down on us, and I was taking care of my daughter. I don't know when I did these, honestly. But if you pause when I was showing the purple, you can count 14 squares. I don't know when I did this, honestly. So let's do a full count of how much I completed today, because I am not going to do any more squares. I might read, because I'm still trying to get through this series that my husband really wants me to go through. It's a manga series. It's called Berserk. I recommend it. It's pretty good. Not for kids. I'm sure it's... I mean, no, it's not PG-13. It's mature and 18 plus. But it's good. It's a really good one. So I really want to get through that even more, because I started it last year in my 3rd trimester, and I was trying to read through it really quickly. So my husband and I can, or so that I can get to where my husband stopped, and then we can get these like really thick special edition books to have the whole series in that format instead of the single ones like these small ones. So I could probably finish that book and then the next one, because it takes me about 40 minutes to get through one of those manga books. But anyways, let's see the total that I completed, how many squares I completed this week. I'm kind of nervous. So let's see. It was on Monday, I did 18 squares. Tuesday was 5 plus 22, 27, plus 1, 28. Wednesday was 20 and 4, so 24. Thursday was 16 and 9, so 25. Friday was 10 and 9, so 19. Saturday was 9, 17, and 9. So that's 18 plus 17 is 35. And let's see. What did it was 16, so I did 9 of the 16. No, that's set. So I completed 7 of the white plus 15 and 14. So 7 plus 15, 22, plus 14, 36. Well, my goal was 140. I completed this week with 185 squares. So it's 45 more than what I had put as a goal for myself. So that means, let's see, if I need to go from row decrease of the 13th row. I need to start that tomorrow, not today, and go down to 1. So that would be, so that would mean that I just need to do 91 squares. So, if I was able to do 185 this week, which it ranged from 18, normally about 18 to 26. Again, if I do 20 a day, I could complete this, which, let's face it, it might be slightly more than 20 on certain days. But if I do 20 per day, that would just mean that I would have to work on this for about 4.5 days, and then do the backing, which I bought the fabric. I won't show the fabric. I want to wait next week to show, just in case if my friend watches my YouTube channel, because she does follow my Instagram, so she might see that I have a YouTube channel, because that's where I post my updates of when I upload my videos and the stuff that I make. So I will show next week. It may be fully completed, but and then in the following week, or whenever I get the chance, maybe not the following week, because I still have to ship it, her get it, and I do want to do a video call, and hopefully she wouldn't mind being in my video, because I can record her reaction. Hopefully she wouldn't mind to do that. If not, if she doesn't want to, that's totally okay. I could just have the audio of her saying, "Oh my god," or I hope she would say, "Oh my god, he's so cute." So whenever I get that reaction, I can show fully how the blanket looks. I still have to make the Junie starsuit cocoon onesie thing along with the shorts, but I kind of want to just buy the worsted yarn that I need to go with the that goes with the pattern, because I do want to make it in with what she wanted me to make, with the chunky this chunky fabric or chunky yarn. But I think I have to do some math or some figuring out if I'm even able to do it that way. I don't know if with just this person's pattern, I can't remember the creator off the top of my head. I'll put it on the screen. But I don't know if it not only just doesn't work with her pattern, or in general for a small baby, this is not going to work too well. So I'm going to need to buy the worsted yarn of a similar color and just make it how the pattern says, because that one is at least going to be quicker. It's just, I believe, 2 panels, sew them up together, have buttonholes and a hood. I feel like it'll be a pretty much quicker than this. So, okay. I need to go back to Hobby Lobby because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be going to Kansas City to at least go to Michael's to see the yarn in person. So maybe on my half day on Wednesday. I also might need to get more yarn for the blanket because I should have not done the extra increase that I did, because purple, this is all that I have of the purple. This is what I have of the pink, which I have a little bit more, like half of this. And the same with the white. This is how much I have of the white. I also have another bit. I cannot foresee me being able to make it to the end. I will try. I'm going to use as much. I'm going to use even those scraps that I have. But I don't think I'm going to make it. And I thought I did. So I need to buy a ball of yarn of each color, or maybe of 1 or 2. I'll have to see. Oh. Then I might need to wake up earlier so that I can work on this in order to get through most of the squares to see what color I need ball wise. So that's gonna be the plan for Wednesday. Go to Michael's to get more yarn for this, and then get the yarn for the Junie starsuit. And that one I won't show next week. It'll be in the final reveal of the blanket, of the Junie starsuit, and as well as the reaction of my friend when she finally sees what I made. So whenever that comes out, it probably won't be part of my weekly vlogs. I might just do a simple of blanket or Tunisian baby blanket and Junie starsuit combo final reveal and reaction. It'll probably be a video. I could probably post it on a Wednesday, just to have that, if anybody is curious on how it ends up looking. Both, or technically 3 items that I make for her, but I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm basically done. I'm basically done. So I am so excited on how this is going to look like, especially with the fabric the flannel backing that I bought. It was so cute too. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Yeah. This was a lot. But I've got 91 more squares to do. And I can do it. I believe in myself, considering what I did this week and last week. I might need a break, that's for sure. But yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you for following along the Tunisian blanket saga. It's gonna be done next week. Don't worry. The next week is gonna be the final video for the Tunisian baby blanket. After that, I've got a scrap basket that I want to make. My friends have requests on things that they want me to make them. So we'll go through that process and planning and maybe destashing some of my yarn. But yeah, thank you for following along. Like I said, if you would like to continue seeing what I make, subscribe. If you are also like me, where you're just finding time throughout your day here and there, try not to doom scroll on your phone so that you can have more time to progress in your projects. That's what I've been doing this whole time. I am a mom. I'm a first-time mom. I'm a 5-month-old. I also work full-time. If you can relate, also consider subscribing. If you like the video, like it, hit the notification button to be notified when I upload my videos. You can also follow me on Instagram at helgas.creations. I post every Monday when my video has been uploaded, which is normally Monday at 8 a.m. Central Time Zone. And I also post every single time I finish a project. I will post it there, and then you'll see that finished project in the following video. And anything that I've create goes there, although I haven't put any of the push-in bottles or origami that I created, but that I need to finish those at some point this week as well. Thank you for making it to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.